Okay, guys, we are going to look at multiplying decimals today. You multiply decimals pretty much the same exact way you multiply whole numbers. There's just a little bit of tweaking that goes into it with regard to the place value, okay? So let's look at this question. 32.12 or 32.12 hundredths times 0.5 or 5 tenths. Okay, so we're just going to multiply it just like we would normally. All right, okay, 5 times 2 is 10. I'm going to drop my 0, carry my 1. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6. 5 times 2 is 10 again, so I'm going to drop my 0, carry my 1. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 1 is 16. So here's where a lot of people make the mistake. They just say, oh, good, I'm done. Okay, so here's where it gets a little bit tricky when multiplying decimals. I need to look and see how many numbers or how many spaces are to the right of my decimals in my problem. So I have 1, 2, 3 numbers to the right of the decimal, which means in my answer, I need to have the same amount of numbers to the right of my decimal in my answer. So I'm just going to count 1, 2, 3, and my decimal is going to go right there. Okay, so in my problem, I have 3 numbers behind the decimal. In my solution, I have 3 problems behind my decimal. So my answer would be 16.06. Now you notice I didn't write this last 0 over here, and the reason is it really doesn't give me any additional information. So there's no need to write it. Okay? Now if there was a number behind it, then yes, but in this case there isn't. So this would be my answer. Well, now I've got to look at this and say, does this make sense? Like, is it reasonable? Okay, so look at your original problem. I have 32 and 12 hundredths. If this was money, you would say $32.12. Okay, and I know that 0.5 is the same as 5 out of 10, which is the same as 1/2. So I'm basically taking half of $32.12. Well, I know that half of 32 is 16, so the 16 part makes sense, and half of 12 is 6, so the 6 makes sense. So my answer makes sense. All right, let's look at one more real fast. Okay, I've got 50, oops, that's a horrible 5. Let's try that again. 5, 3, let's make that an 8. 5, 8, 1, 2 times 37. Okay, I'm going to put some decimals in here, and I'm going to put a lot of decimal places in here so we can see this. So I'm looking here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 decimal places. Okay, that means my answer needs to have 6 as well. Okay, I'm going to get rid of those dots real fast. All right, and I'm just going to do the math. 7 times 2 is 14. Carry my 1, drop my 4. 7 times 7 times 1 is 7, plus 1 is 8. So the answer there is 8. Okay, now I really have to think sometimes. 8 times 7. Well, I know it's going to be more than 48 because it's 8 and 6. 7 would be 56. So I'm going to carry my 5 and drop my 6. I know 7 and 5 is 35, plus 5 makes 40. Okay, now I'm doing another number. With a second number, I know I need to drop a place value. Okay, a placeholder. Okay, so now I'm going to start again, and this time I'm going to use a different number, a different color, excuse me. Okay, so 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 8 is 24. So I'm going to carry the 2, drop my 4. 3 and 5 is 15, plus 2 is 17. Now remember, I'm going to add all these up. I'm going to use another number. 0 plus 4 is 4. 8 plus 6 is 14. So I'm going to drop my 4, carry my 1, 8 and 1 is 7, plus 3 is 10. Drop my 0, carry my 1. 1 and 0 is just 1, plus 4 makes 5. 7 and 4 is 11. So drop my 1, carry my 1, and 1 and 1 is 2. Okay, now if you remember, we talked at the beginning of this problem about how many numbers are behind the decimal, so let's add them up again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I need to look at my problem and place my decimal. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which means my decimal is going to go at the very, very beginning. Okay, so my answer would be 0.2150444. Now you notice in our last problem we did not write all the numbers at the end because they were zeros. Unfortunately, looking here, you've got a number after the 0 down here on the end. Okay, you've got this 44 down here. And because I have this 44, I have to write it. It's part of the equation, or it's part of the solution, excuse me. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. Have a wonderful day.